Okay, there we go. Hey, Shania. I was surprised when they revealed that Abigail is a stewardess. I was surprised at that too. I knew that they were going to do something with Abigail, um, but I didn't think it was that. So I was surprised. Ugh. And I've been so sick the past couple days. Like terribly, terribly sick. And luckily, well, it was funny because um I was supposed to have A League of Their Own episode 6 go out today, and I totally forgot. I thought, because normally what I do is after I edit it, I have it uploaded to the Google Drive for Patreon, and then after that's done, then I'll upload it to YouTube. But I forgot to upload it to YouTube because I think I did it right before I went to bed, actually. And I went to bed so early yesterday because I still have not been feeling the greatest. So um, I forgot to upload it to YouTube. And then I was looking right as soon as I was like setting up the stuff for the stream. And I was like, I didn't even have a video go out today. So whenever the stream is over, I'll have that video go up. It's ready to go. I just didn't upload it. And so because I haven't been feeling well, like my whole schedule has been jacked up and like everything. So I hate it. I absolutely hate it when my schedule gets all thrown off and I feel like I can't function as a person. Feel better soon? Thank you. It's this medication that I'm on, it makes me very. Because the medication imitates pregnancy symptoms, and so I've been very, very, very nauseous since Sunday. And I went to go see my doctor the other day, and he was like, well, that's a good thing because as long as it's imitating pregnancy symptoms and your body's like, it's a good sign. So, but he's like, I'll give you medication for your nausea, and I was like, oh, perfect. But then that was, when did we go see him? That was yesterday. And he still hasn't put the prescription in yet. We went to go see him yesterday morning. He still hasn't put the prescription in yet. I've called 3 times. I've called the doctor's office 3 times. Still has not done it. And when I called them this last time, it was like 4 o'clock my time. The lady was like, so if you'll actually call as soon as we open and ask to speak to his nurse, then like they should put it in. So it's very irritating. I'm like, luckily I do. So there's a friend who works at a gyno's office, and she gave me this medicine that's okay for pregnant women to take for nausea. It's just not. It's not prescribed, but it's not over the counter either. Like I don't know. They had it at their gyno's office, and so it's completely safe and okay because I've checked and everything. And so I've been taking that, but I'm like, I need prescribed shit because I've been feeling so bad. So bad. Like, and it was good because I recorded, because normally on the weekends I'll record 2 episodes a day so I can get caught up and I don't feel like I'm rushed throughout the week. And Saturday I recorded 3 episodes of A League of Their Own. And then Sunday morning, I woke up and was like, I have no energy and I feel like shit. Could not do anything. Never. I don't think I got out of bed to like kind of get ready for the day. But then as I was getting ready and I'm like, oh, I don't feel good. And then I went back to bed. And then Monday was kind of the same thing, except for I had to work. So I was in between here and my bed. And then yesterday was kind of the same thing. And then today it was I went a little bit to my bed, but mainly I've been here. I think I've gotten a little bit of my energy back, but my nausea is not really that much better. So I'm just going to complain. I'm a complainer. Anyway. I enjoyed the finale, but I was really disappointed at the lack of Rayella moments. They didn't even kiss, even though they got married last episode. Also, the ending was pretty vague. I didn't get as much as I wanted out of this finale. It was kind of a bland finale, which I don't blame them for kind of having well, except for Anacostia. Poor Anacostia. Like, I felt like that was the only really big thing that had happened in the finale, because we knew that the final song was going to be sung. We knew that Raelle was going to do the witch mom thing. Like, we knew these things that were coming. So we kind of already, and then you knew that Penelope was going to be a part of the ending, and then you knew she was going to, like, try to get revenge on her dad. So you knew all that. I feel like we all knew what was going to happen in the finale before the finale actually happened. Except for the little bits, like, of course, Anacostia, and then the Abigail thing. I was shocked with Abigail ended up being a stewardess. And was that it? That was kind of pretty much it, I feel like. I hope it gets better soon. Oh no, more medication. Yeah, but the medication's supposed to help with the nausea. Because I can't stop taking the medication that I'm on. Because it's supposed to help, like, get me pregnant. So he's just going to give me other medication that helps with the nausea. I don't understand why Scylla didn't get in the helicopter with everyone else. Scylla has always been my favorite character, but it feels like they're always putting Scylla on the sidelines. I think they were just trying to reference, like, the first season with more so of just the 3 girls. I was a little bit shocked that they did that, but I was like, oh, I kind of get it because, like, it's always been the 3 of them. So I kind of get why they did that. Also, the part of what the song did. Yeah, I mean, well, okay, yeah, we didn't see that part coming. And, I was like, it's funny because whenever they did it, I was like, why does it look like a beanstalk? It looks like a fucking beanstalk. Like Jack and the Beanstalk, it looked exactly like that. But, yeah, I didn't expect that to happen. But, I mean, we knew that the song, it was going to do something. We just didn't know, like, what. The last 2 episodes should have been their own season. It felt rushed because it was. Stuff got left out because they had to. I know. I felt like they did the best that they could. I don't think it was bad. Like, I wouldn't consider that, like, that's definitely not the worst finale I've ever seen. Like, Game of Thrones was fucking terrible, and Dexter, terrible. Like, some of the best shows have terrible finales. But I feel like it wasn't a bad finale. I was just hoping for a little bit more, I think. But I get why there wasn't more. So I get it. Is this show worth watching? Meaning, is it gay? I need something else to invest in. Oh, it's very gay. It's very gay. It's pretty gay. Even from season 1, it's pretty gay. There's actual gay stuff, and then there's gay things that you want to happen. That is kind of queer baity. The show queer baits some characters, but the actual actresses don't queer bait. But you watched any more of In From the Cold since last week? I haven't watched like any. Honestly, I watched 1 episode ever since last week, and that was The Sandman. I tried watching 1 episode of that, which I haven't watched anymore. But I haven't watched any more TV since I watched The Sandman. And I want to say that was like, was that Friday? I don't remember when I watched The Sandman. Was it Sunday? No. Because I felt like shit. And I'm like, I don't really like to, when I feel like shit, I like to watch stupid shows that I don't really have to think. So, I haven't really watched any TV, like, the past week. How did you feel with Alder's ending? Well, okay, so she when she said, the mother said that my work is done, I was like, wait, hold up. That doesn't mean that she's gonna die, right? And then I feel like it was kind of set up like she technically died, but I was like, no. I feel like that wasn't really a death scene. I feel like it was just her kind of. I felt like she just kind of went back to the mother. Like, I feel like if they carried on the show and did some more stuff with it, then she could like pop out and like, hey, and like do stuff. Like, I didn't really take that as a death. Warehouse 13 had the worst ending. I haven't seen that. I don't think I've even heard that. Good. Yes. Yes, it's very gay. Episode 1, gay things, lots. See, I didn't even know. Was that episode 1 where that shit just like her with Scylla and Rael? Was that episode 1? I guess it was. I thought it was like 2 or 3. But it may have been 1. Finales almost always disappoint, but good show and good ending. Still disappointed. And Alder baited, hooked, and left on the beach. Yeah, like, you know that the actresses like really went in deep with their like moment. You could totally tell that Lynn and Jess really made it seem like they were kind of like a couple, especially in the finale. Well, even like the last couple episodes, well, really this whole season, I feel like, but especially this episode and the last episode, I felt like the last episode they only got like one little scene, but what was it, episode 7 when they were in the ice cave? Those scenes were, I mean, they were really close, but like the finale, the actresses just really like connected with Lynn and Jess just have chemistry, and that's that. So I think that they just play off of their chemistry with each other, and so it really makes it seem like that's why it's so like disappointing and heartbreaking when Talder isn't a thing, because their chemistry is like insane. I didn't really like the part about everyone becoming a witch. It just feels weird now that everyone is a witch. Yeah, I didn't get that. I was like, well, do they mean that everyone's a witch as in, like, I didn't know if it meant, like, everyone, like everyone was, like, a witch, or if it meant, like, everyone is now, like, a part of the same, like, ecosystem or whatever. You know, I don't know. I turned on episode 1, but didn't finish it. I'll give it a try. Yeah, just try it again. Sometimes you have to get into something like it, watch the first couple episodes. It's really hard for, like, I say that, but it's like I kind of go through the same thing. Like the Sandman, like, to be honest with you, I don't know about the Sandman. And I know that I should give it a couple of episodes into it. So I don't want to like judge right now until I've watched more episodes. But it's really hard. If you don't really get me on the first episode, it's really hard for me. I have to convince myself to watch another episode, and I don't want to have to convince myself. Yep, I was like, now kiss. I don't remember which part. Well, there was, I mean, do you mean in like the finale? Because there was one where they got done singing the song, and then they did like, Alder like went and like did a side hug thing with her, and they like touched foreheads and like everything. They were pretty close in this finale. They were pretty close in the finale. And then she kissed her forehead, which then she kissed everyone else's forehead, and then I'm like, but they really they embellished on the kiss of like with Tally, the forehead kiss with Tally. How is the weather here in UK? Been rather warm and it's still rather humid as well. So have all the windows open with my stale fan on. Really, it's still, I mean, Florida is always hot and humid. Even in the wintertime, we get like maybe 2 to 3 weeks of like cold weather. And when I say cold weather, I mean like 50s. I don't even really think we go lower than 50s. But we get like 2 to 3 weeks of like 50-degree weather, and then it's just hot again. But I haven't been, other than going to the doctor yesterday, I haven't been out. I haven't even gone downstairs for the most part. For the most part, I just stay up here. I went downstairs once today, and that was, I made myself a burrito. But for the most part, Anna she's been making me food. And I have everything else up here. Like, actually, I take that back. I go downstairs after I kind of, like, get ready in the morning. I go downstairs to get, like, water and take my medicine and then come back up. And then I'm upstairs the rest of the day. But I did go down one more time to make myself a burrito. But, for the most part, Anna, like, makes me food. And, like, I mean, she is just amazing because she knows I've been feeling like utter shit. So, yeah, I haven't really, other than going outside to the doctor's yesterday, I haven't been outside since Friday. We went to dinner with some friends on Friday to this like fancy restaurant, which was really good, but it was freezing in there. So we went out to eat Friday, but I haven't really been outside since then, other than the doctor's yesterday. Sword of Truth ending, one world with no magic, one world with magic, but everyone's still different. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. I don't know anymore. I don't know what they're trying to do with Motherland Fort Salem. Yep, that scene after the song. Yeah, they were pretty close. They were pretty close in that scene. I really enjoyed the first 4 episodes of The Sandman, but the rest of it was kind of disappointing. The storylines felt irrelevant and uninteresting in the end. I watched the first episode and I'm like, It was okay. I just, like, I get the appeal of it, but I felt like nothing really happened. And again, I know it's the first episode, so I don't know. Did you guess what happened to Anacostia? No. No, I didn't. I was very upset. I knew that someone was going to make, like, a sacrifice. I just didn't think it was going to be Anacostia. My original thought was it was going to be Nicta. I thought Nicta was going to make this sacrifice. She didn't, but I'm glad that Arlen came back. I knew Arlen was going to come back. I knew that part. I knew it for a fact. I knew Arlen was going to come back. But, I thought that she was gonna, like, sacrifice herself. But she didn't. Which I'm glad, because I like Nicta as a character. And then, I thought Gregorio was gonna die, and he could have possibly been a sacrifice. Or just died in general. But he didn't die, and that's just wishful thinking. I'm glad that Isadora didn't end up dying. I was so happy about that. What else? I felt like there was going to be more death. I don't know. Like, it was a finale. So, the fact that and I think in my reaction I said, like, the fact that only Anacostia died was a little bit shocking. I felt like more people would have died. But, I mean, I'm glad that more people didn't die. But I'm shocked that they didn't die. I don't know. But I was so mad. I fucking love Anacostia. And then Alder's face when she found out, when Petra told her that Anacostia died, and she's like, my daughter! And then I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, I can't. 50 is a spring day. It is. I mean, Florida, and that's like winter for Florida, is 50 degrees. We don't really, at least where I live in Florida, we don't get. There's a lot. Actually, I'm pretty sure most of Florida is like all the same. The last serial killer festival was a bit sweaty. There's a serial killer festival? What's a serial killer festival? Sorry, serial killer and Sandman. Alder was already dead. She had to keep going because the mother needed her. It was obvious to me that Alder needed to go back into the mycelium after she was done with her task. Well, I know, but like, is she ever really dead though? That's my thing. Like, I know that originally she had died, but technically she should have died like a long ass time ago. So really, she should have died like how many times, and she isn't dead. So, what makes it any different this time? And it didn't really look like she died. It just looked like she, like, did the whole Marvel, like, going into the dust, like, whatever thing. Like, that's what happened. I don't feel like... It was funny because, like, when that scene happened, I was like, she was getting up, kissing everyone's forehead. I was like, what's she gonna do? Jump out of the fucking helicopter? And then she opens the door, and I'm like, oh, I guess so. Like, but... Yeah. I don't know. I feel like Alder can't ever really die. I just feel like that's a part of that character. I don't feel like that character could die. I watched episode 1 of Sandman. It's not too bad. It's not bad. It's not bad by any means. I was not that interested in it. Disappointed? Disappointed what? The finale? Yeah, Florida doesn't get like that. Been on many, many holidays there since a small kid in the 80s, which I've said before, and last I heard it was 31 a few days last week. In Florida? I mean, I don't think in Florida, but I mean, I don't know where in Florida it would be 31. All moons aside, Motherland was the best original TV fantasy I've seen. World building was superb. It was great. It's just, I've seen a lot of shows where it's kind of like that fantasy type of stuff, and I don't know if I would say it's the best fantasy show that I've ever seen. I love Motherland Fort Salem, but I've watched a lot. I think mainly what I like to watch is that kind of stuff, is fantasy stuff. So it's hard to say that Motherland was the best one. But it's definitely good. It's definitely up there. I was mad we didn't get to see Scylla fighting. She's such a powerful character, but we hardly ever get to see it. I know. I agree. Well, Scylla was like dying for like majority of the episode. Or I guess half the episode. Maybe Alder and Anacostia will be reunited in the mycelium. I was hoping. That's why whenever she died, it was hard for... I didn't cry in that episode. It's so funny. Okay, so... Meanwhile, in A League of Their Own, episode 6, I, like, almost cried, like, 5 freaking times. But yet, in Motherland Fort Salem, I didn't die... Or, I didn't die. Duh. I didn't cry because it's hard to believe... Like, it's hard to believe when someone dies. Shit, I thought Isadora died in the last episode, which she didn't. But then, like, so whenever she died, I was like... Well, she's dead. And I'm like, she's dead. I was like, but is the mother going to bring her back, though? Or, like, you know, because people don't really die in that. It's hard to know when people die. Like, legit die in that show. So that's how come I think I, like, didn't cry. Because I was like, well, is she really dead, though? And I can see the mycelium bringing Anacostia back. Especially since, like, Anacostia was like, Alder's daughter. I'm thankful for the show. I hope to see all the actresses in other shows soon. They were amazing. I agree. Especially Lynn Renee. And I know that like Lynn Renee's in Gossip Girl, but that show is so terrible. It's so bad. They shouldn't have messed with the original. They shouldn't have done a reboot. It was terrible. And anyone who likes it, I want to know why you like it. Because I tried to watch it multiple times. I gave it multiple chances, especially mainly because of Lynn Renee. But, like, I can't. It's so bad. Now that the series is over, what are your thoughts on the spree? I have to really know what the spree... what, like, I know that we got it in season 2, like, why they did what they did, but they did a lot of fucked up shit. I mean, so did, like, everybody. I get it. The Camarilla did fucked up shit, the spree did fucked up shit, the witches did fucked up shit. Like, I get it. Everyone did fucked up shit. But the thing about the spree that I can't really wrap my head around is I still can't understand why they killed a bunch of, like, civilians in season 1. Especially Scylla. And, like, so I still can't wrap my head around that. And I don't know if they ever talked about it, really, or maybe they did, and, like, I just don't remember. It's quite a big possibility that that's what happened, because my memory sucks, but I don't know. They probably did talk about it, I just don't remember. The mother only brings dead people back if they are needed. I guess Alder is now finally allowed to rest. I don't think she's dead. I really don't. Like, and this isn't just me saying this because I have a huge Alder crush. Like, all crushes aside, I don't think Alder's dead. Like, I get, like, when she told them that, like, her time is up, like, you know, whatever, or, like, her job is done now, you know, whatever. I think she went back to the mother, but I don't really think she's, like, dead. I think if they wanted to, I think if they would ever continue the show, or if they would continue doing books or, like, whatever, I would not be shocked if Alder ended up still being a character. Because it's hard for me to believe, because she has... There's so many times when she should have died, or she did die and then came back. So it's just hard for me to believe that this time is any different. It could be, and it could have been her, like, it could have been her dying. But it's really hard for me to believe that. But that's just my opinion. I don't know. I didn't get the goddesses part. Are they true goddesses now, or, like, legends? I don't know either. Because they were, like, comparing them, because now they're, like, the new originals, or, like, whatever, right? But is what they were trying to tell them. Because, and I get it why they kind of made that connection, because the original 6, like, made witches, and they sang the song. They started everything, and then these 3 started the new world. Like, they started everything back over. So I kind of take it as, like, that's why they call them goddesses, is because they restarted everything. So they are kind of like the originals. I still don't even know if Penelope is dead. We know she killed her dad and Hearst, but they didn't really say if Penelope is still alive or not. I think she's still alive, because she killed Hearst, and whenever she killed Hearst, she was still alive, and then she did the same exact thing to her dad that she did to Hearst. So I think she's still alive. She's probably just gonna kick it with Isadora. Like, I feel like that's what Penelope's gonna do. I don't think she's dead. Because it doesn't really make sense, like, how did she, if she did die, how did she die? Because it doesn't really make sense, because she did that same thing to Hearst. You know? So I don't think she's dead. One of my favorite turn-ons, pretty very pretty women playing computer games. Oh, so you're like one of the OG simps. I can't get into computer games. It's funny. I like to. Well, I like obviously the PlayStation's in view, so I like to play the PlayStation. I tried to play it before I went on stream, but we had a bad storm in Florida. Yesterday? Was it yesterday? No, I think it was 2 days ago. Was it? I don't know. We had a bad storm recently, either yesterday or the day before. And I think it was the day before yesterday. Anyway, and my internet's been like weird. Like it's working on some devices but not on others, so I just restarted it before the stream, and so now it's working. But then I still, like, I was trying to play online or whatever, and I couldn't get it to, like, it was working, but it would never match me with a game, so I was like, fuck it. I was like, I'll just play later. A prequel series with Katie McGrath as a younger Alder, I could totally see it. I could totally see it, and I would totally watch that shit. That would be good. I don't think that they would ever do, like, a prequel, because if they can't get the original show to get picked up or, like, continue on, I don't think that they would have a prequel. Unfortunately. I mean, I would watch it, but... If I'm remembering correctly, for every witch that died on mission, they killed humans. I don't know. Even though the spree's methods were extreme, I get what their goal was. I mean, I do. I get what, like, each one of them had their own goal. Like, I get, like, what they all stood for, but I don't know why the spree were after... In season 1, they killed a bunch of civilians, and I don't understand why. Like, I think it was trying to get the... If I remember correctly, which I probably don't, but... They were trying to get the attention of the military, and trying to tell everyone, they were like, hello, we're here. But, like, why do they have to kill a fuck ton of civilians to do so, you know? But I could be wrong. I could be wrong about that. Like, I do remember Scylla was the one who killed, like, a bunch of people. What was it, at a mall? Or at an outdoor mall or something? And, like, there was the balloon. Like, that's the whole balloon thing. That's how it started. And that was, like, the opening. I don't know if it was the opening scene. Was it the opening scene of episode 1 or something? It could have been the opening scene where she killed all those people. But she is alive in the mycelium, of course, but she cannot interact with the living anymore. That's what I meant with her being dead. I don't know. I still feel like she'd be able to interact with the living still. Honestly. Like, I still do. I think if the mother wanted her to, like, go interact with the living, then she could. I feel like... I don't know. I just feel like whenever she was like, my job is now done, I took that as she's done, like, with that mission, you know? But she's still able to, like, do things or whatever. That's how I took it. I think at first I was, like, super shocked, and I was like, whoa, hold on. She's not dead, though. She's not gonna die. Jim Bellwether and Alder's spin-off book would be so good. Yeah, it would be good. What game? Call of Duty. I mean, I'll play different ones. Like, I've played Mortal Kombat. I like Assassin's Creed, obviously. And Call of Duty... Excuse me. Those are kind of my main ones. Call of Duty, Assassin's Creed, Mortal Kombat. I do have a Lego game that we play sometimes. Like, Anna and I will play. We haven't played that in a long time, though. But, yeah. The spree killed a human for everyone with that killed in war or in a hate crime. Yeah, but that makes no sense. That makes no sense. Like, why? It makes no sense. It really doesn't. So you're gonna kill someone else because other people died. I get, like, I get what they stood for, but I don't get. Was it? Are they like an eye for an eye? I'm assuming is what they were thinking, but like it makes no fucking sense. Then kill them witches. Kill the. I mean, they eventually they went on to like do that or whatever, right? But like in the beginning, they just killed a bunch of fucking civilians. Like those people didn't do anything. So it makes no sense. Like they should have just killed witches if they were really upset about it. If it was an eye for an eye or like whatever they were trying to do, then they should have just killed witches, not civilians. But I don't know. See, this is what it would be like orientation day for Spree, and I'd be like, well, that makes no sense, and then I'd get kicked out. Like, I don't know. This is how I literally did that in church when I was a kid, and which is I'm not super religious. I've never been super religious, but my my grandparents are crazy religious, like Mormons. They're Mormons. And my grandmother, when I was younger, she would take me to the Mormon church. And I went into, like, I was little. I went from, like, age, I don't know, shit. I was young, like, toddler until the point where I was, like, when I was old enough to tell her I'm not going anymore. I was, like, 10, 11-ish years old. So, like, I used to go to the Mormon church, and so when I was a kid, they would put me with the kids, and like the teacher for the kids, they would like tell us these stories from the Bible or like the Book of Mormon, and I'm like, yeah, but that makes no sense, because I'm like, if this is this way, then why does it make sense for this to be that way? And like even at like like age 5 or something, like I would question everything, and I like blatantly ask and question the teacher like why these things were this way, and then it would start this chain like around the classroom, and it'd be, the other kids were like, yeah, why is that, like blah blah blah, and then I got in trouble. The teacher was like, because they didn't know how to answer the questions, because their answer for everything was like, well, you just have to have faith. And like that was their answer for everything. You just have to believe. And I'm like, but that makes no sense. You can't tell me to just believe something when it blatantly doesn't make sense. And so I got in trouble, and the lady like went and told my grandma that I started this like fucking like revolt between all the children, and like I don't know. I've just always been kind of outspoken about like when things don't make sense, I just want to understand. And it's not me trying to be hurtful or ignorant or like, you know, whatever. I genuinely want to know, like, why is that the way that it is? You know what I'm saying? And so I've always been that way. I've always kind of questioned things. But in church, that's a big no-no. You can't question things. And I never really understood that. And so, even at a very young age. And so my grandma's like, ooh, okay, you're just going to sit with me. Like, they wouldn't allow me back in the kids' classroom anymore, because I would, like, I got all the other kids questioning, like, believing in the Bible and the Book of Mormon and everything. And so, my grandma's like, yeah, you're just going to sit with me. So, I did that all the way up until I was, like, 10 or 11. And I was like, I'm not going to that church anymore. And I don't know, like, have you guys been to a Mormon church? Because, wow. Anyway, I know I kind of went on, like, a tangent right there, but that's, yeah. I just want to know. I just want to understand. I want to understand things. And so, but that doesn't, in any church I've been to, I've tried to go to, a Baptist church. I've tried to go to a Catholic church. We tried to go to, I don't remember, like a couple other different types of churches, and it's the same thing with like all of them. And I would ask them like why that was, or like, this doesn't really make sense. Can you explain it? And then they couldn't. And then I'm like, okay, I never really got it. So I don't know. I saw how some of the retro consoles, PCs like Nintendo, NES, Atari, etc. OG simp means like excessive sympathy and attention towards another person, right? Yeah. It's funny, I had to explain to my mom what a simp was the other day. But yeah, and then I had like all of the PlayStation consoles. Like I had PlayStation 1, 2, 3, 4. I saw the 4. The 4 is right behind the 5. So the 4 is right behind the 5, and then I have the 5 right there. I don't have the 1, the 2, or the 3 anymore. The third one I had for a while, and then I sold it to my brother. And then, but I had the first one. I had 2 PlayStation 2s. I had the fat one, the really fat one, the first one that came out, and then they made the thin version of the PS2, and so I had both of them. Yes, Silo attacked at the mall. That was the opening scene of episode 1. Yeah, see, thought so. Do you have any favorite Rael and Scylla moments? Probably season 1. I really like season 1 Rael and Scylla moments. They were really cute. Anything season 1. Hey, what's up, Francesca? I was raised Mormon, but I left when I got older because I didn't agree with a lot of their beliefs. Yeah, I didn't agree with a lot of their beliefs either, but I just don't really I'm not a really religious person. I understand religion, and I think it's very fascinating to learn about different religions. I always thought it would be fascinating because I had a friend who like majored in religion but was an atheist, and so I'm like, why did you major in religion if you're an atheist? And they were like, because it's fascinating, like learning about all of the different religions and the fact that people base their lives off of like what a book says, or like what they think, like within these religions, what like they say, and they base their whole lives off of this stuff, and it's fascinating. I was like, yeah, you do have a point. And so like I completely feel the same exact way. I'm not a super religious person. If other people are, that's great. I don't have like any ill will towards super religious people. I'm just not super religious. My family's not super religious. Anna grew up super religious, but she's not religious either. We did have a conversation of like, Anna really wanted to baptize her child, and I said no. Because I was never baptized, and I told her, and I was like, being baptized is a serious thing. It's a serious thing. And I was like, if our child grows up, and let's say they were baptized under like a certain religion, but then they wanted to be another religion, or like they wanted to study like a completely separate religion, but let's say that religion won't allow them to because they got baptized at a different church. Like it doesn't, so I believe that the people should like do whatever they feel is right, and I don't want to push that onto my child. I don't want to tell my child, like I'm not gonna tell my child, like I'm not gonna baptize them if that's not eventually something that they don't want to do in the future, or like it just doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, it's fine. Again, it's fine if like other people believe, like if they want to baptize their child, that's all good on you. I just don't really believe in doing that. And that's the same, like I think my friend, she got her baby girl's ears pierced, and I'm like, yeah, but what if she doesn't want her ears pierced? But like she's a baby. But I mean, that's her child, that's her choice, or whatever. But I'm like, okay. It is what it is. So I have to be careful because I don't want to go down a whole tangent by accident or whatever. But Anywho, I get the goal of the spree, though they are very extreme. However, Nicta was after Alder. It was all out of revenge. Her hate is a reason the spree exists. The other members had more genuine motives. Oh yeah, I completely agree. And they even like kind of semi talked about it in the finale. Not really talked about it, but Nicta basically was like, I shouldn't have put like most of my life, like, I shouldn't have focused my life on hating you. And the finale of Motherland, oh my gosh, I cried. I hope it gets picked up. I need Alder with a sword and a bike and kissing Tally. I died when Tally started calling Alder when I was waiting for when I was waiting for her to call her Sarah. Oh, I know. I did miss. I was like, dang it. We didn't get her like calling Alder Sarah. There was a couple of times where Alder called her Tally. That scene where she called her Tally for the first time, and then in the ice cave, she called her Tally a couple of times because she was yelling at her. Sadly, it was way too rushed. It's so sad. Oh my gosh, my nose is so itchy. I know, but I feel like it was rushed because they didn't really have time to do really what they wanted to. So, I mean, it is what it is, you know? Nicta and Alder moment, it was confirmed that they were ex. For me, oh my gosh, Nicta was 100% flirting with Alder, and it was so nice to see old Nicta actress. Yeah, Arlen. I think both of the Nicta actresses are gorgeous. But I did love. I mean, Arlen is the original Nicta, right? So I loved seeing her. But yeah, I mean, they're definitely exes for sure. Peacock, the streaming service, is creating more fantasy shows. They would be a great new home for Motherland, and they're realizing Vampire Academy, or releasing Vampire Academy, which is basically the new Legacy. Or Legacies. I didn't know they were releasing Vampire Academy. Are they doing a show? Hey, what's up, Platonic? I wouldn't say someone is an OG simp if someone loves women that plays computer games. Confused. Well, just because like the whole simp with like how simp started, or not started, but I guess like became a huge thing with Twitch. That's what I meant by OG simp, because like Twitch, the gaming industry, and like how simp was like it blew up, that term with Twitch. That's what I meant by that. I need to finish Motherland, but I know I'm gonna cry at some point. I mean, I didn't, but I don't really have a whole lot of emotion. I say that, but I do right now. I do like now-ish because of all my meds that I'm on. Good news is I'm about to be off of one set of medication, so hopefully that helps. What's funny, Satanism is the kindest religion. See, I don't know. I didn't ever look into Satanism, but yeah, it's just like, I mean, learning about different religions is very fascinating. For sure. It's just not something that I can, for me personally, base my whole life off of a religion. I can't do that. I have never been able to, ever since I was a child, ever since I was very, very young until like now. I just never have been able to do it. I think Alder only called Tally by her first name is because in season 3, Alder is no longer her general or superior ranking officer. Alder is no longer military, so I guess she can use her first name. Yeah, I mean, I mean, I think technically you never really lose your ranking. You're just not the superior officer. I don't know if that's the way that it is in all military. I'm pretty sure that's like what it is. Um, like I was in ROTC and our instructors were retired military personnel, and like we still called them Sarge, or like it was like Sergeant, whatever their last name was, or Lieutenant, whatever. Like even though they weren't military, like they still had their ranking, and you could still be like they could be called by their ranking or whatever. So like Alder, like you could still call her General Alder or whatever because she still had her ranking. She's just not the superior officer, so it's not like mandatory. It's just more of like a whatchamacallit, like it's kind of like the nice thing to do would be to call them by their like ranking, unless you're like super close to them or whatever, right? Because if like, you know, if you're like a super close friend or like a family member or whatever, like you don't have to call them by their ranking. My BFF is my ex, and she is my friend of my wife also now, and sometimes we flirt like a platonic reflex. It's like funny, stupid flirting for fun, but with no bad intention. Yeah, I don't think flirting is cheating at all. I mean, so my process on like what I think is cheating. I think having feelings for someone is cheating. But I don't necessarily think that kissing someone is cheating, if that makes sense. Because I feel like you can kiss someone and have no feelings behind it. But if you have feelings for someone and you never act on it, that's still cheating. Because you have feelings for someone else. But that's just... And it's my opinion because, like, other than being loaded up all on medication, so now I do have a lot of emotions right now. My typical self, without being on medication... I'm not a very emotional person, and so emotions for me hold like a very valuable thing in my life. And so I think if I had feelings for someone other than Anna, that would be considered cheating, or vice versa. But like if I had a friend like come up and like kiss me or something, like I don't think that that's cheating. I mean, unless like if I were to kiss that person back, then of course, then that would be like cheating. But the kissing is just weird because depending on what the kiss is gonna be dependent on if it's cheating. But like, and then obviously sex is cheating. Like in my mind, whenever I say obviously, but yeah. Anywho, but I don't think flirting is cheating. Like if you don't have feelings behind it, like I'm naturally a flirtatious person too. Like, although I'm naturally a bitchy person, so it depends on like the person that I'm talking to or whatever. Like if like we have good vibes or whatever, then I think like I'm just naturally a flirty person. But if I don't really care about the person, then I'm just gonna not really talk to them at all. So can someone tell me something gay about Motherland Fort Salem Season 3? Like I need something because I'm scared to watch, but I want to know what's happening. I don't know what to tell you without giving you spoilers. I mean, it's gay. It's definitely gay, but I mean, I want to tell you some things, but I don't know what's going to be technically considered a spoiler. So 100% think Nikta was stupid flirting with Alder for fun. I need them in more scenes together. It would have been fun. Yeah. So no, like I think they were flirting. But I don't think it was like ooh, I have feelings for you. Let's get back together kind of flirting. But I do think it was flirting. But it wasn't like get back together flirting. Feelings aren't cheating. You can't control them, but you can control what you do with those feelings. And I totally respect your opinion. But you don't change my opinion. When I say feelings, I mean like you genuinely want to be with that person. Like in my mind, if I have feelings for another person, that means I've pictured being with them. whether it's physical, sexual, whatever, if I think that, then I would be cheating. But feelings, like, for me, if I think that type of way about someone, then that means, like, I'm falling for that person. Like, like in my mind, like, obviously I can picture, like, being physical or sexual with, like, an actress or something, right? But it's not, I don't have feelings towards that person. So it's a mixture of, if you start to fall in love with that person, or if you are or if you're even, like, kind of close to falling in love with that person, cheating. I think, and everyone's different. I think that because everyone has a different opinion on what's cheating and what's not, I just think that you have to talk with your partner and tell them what you think cheating is, and, like, you have that kind of conversation. And Anna and I have had this conversation before, so, like, you know, I think, I can't remember what she thinks cheating is. I think she thinks pretty much just anything physical. I'm not sure if she thinks having feelings is cheating. I don't know, I'll have to ask her. But, like, yeah, I mean, I think if you're falling for someone, I think it's cheating. But, like, if I were to kind of think that maybe I'm falling for someone, then I would, like, talk to Anna about it, and then, like, we would have a conversation, and then we would, like, but that's never happened. So, I don't care about spoilers. I mean, there's a wedding. There's a gay wedding. There's one for you. The trailer is not a dream. The trailer is not a dream. What are you talking about? Okay, well, yeah, that might be a lot. I get your point. And I mean, I get your point too. Like, I get it. Like, because you're not acting on them, then it's not cheating. But I feel like, but with my mind, see, why I think it's cheating, because I know myself and I know my mind, and I think I am a big overthinker, and I think that if I start falling for someone, then I start picturing what it's going to be like when we're together. Like I said, whether that's in a relationship or physical or sexual, or, like, what our future is going to look like, because I'm that type of person. If I genuinely care about that person like that, and if I start thinking like that, then that's cheating, because I have a wife, you know? So, but I think it's all in, like, communication and stuff. Like, Anna and I have always been great communicators, and, like, we have been through so much together. That a lot of what I'm even saying, we could have, I don't know, like, our relationship, Anna's and I's relationship is very, very, very different. It's not your stereotypical relationship at all. Oh, I see what you mean now. If I caught my girlfriend kissing another man, that is 100% cheating. So you would be fine with Anna kissing another woman? Rather confused. No, like, it depends on the context of the kiss. That's why I say sometimes kissing is a little bit complicated. So, like, if Anna were to go, because, I mean, I've seen it before. Like, if Anna were to go, like, kiss another woman, like, if she gave her a pet kiss, then that's not cheating. Like, I don't think that's cheating. I've seen a lot of women kiss other women, and it's like they're not in a relationship, and they are in a relationship with someone else, and, like, you know, that whole thing. So if it's a pet kiss, it's not cheating. I mean, if she were to go full on make out with that woman, then I'm like, I don't like that, you know? But it depends on the context of the kiss, you know what I mean? Now, if another woman came and, like, tried to kiss Anna, that's also going to be dependent on the kiss. That's going to be, is the lady pet kissing her, or is the lady trying to full on make out with Anna. If she's trying to, but then Anna's like, whoa, hold up now, like, I'm not available or whatever, then obviously that's not cheating. She can't help it. It's like someone else trying to do that, you know? Oh my gosh, Cass, I never said cheating. I am married. She is married. I have known, but no, first of all, I know that you didn't say cheating. I'm just saying, like, because you mentioned, like, you and your partner and, like, your ex and, like, you flirt and, like, stuff like that. I just went on a tangent. But anyway, I've known Beck since fetus. We dated for a month and then we slept once. Flirt is just fun, platonic, and stupid and friend teasing. I get it. Wait, they married the gays instead of buried? What? Yeah, I don't know how to spell it. I'm not sure what you mean. They meant the wedding on the trailer, I think. Yeah, I mean, so, in season 3, Scylla and Rael get married. Oh my gosh, I shared too much. It's okay. You shared too much. I pretty much shared too much. That's alright. I feel like I don't really overstep. You would have to tell me if I overstep. Because, well, for me, like, because I'm talking about, like, myself, you know? I don't like to talk about, like, other people and, like, other things because I feel like that's not my business to say. But, like, I'm an open book. I'll just tell you whatever. I'll just tell you what I think or, like, what I do or, like, whatever. I understand completely you have to do what's right for you, especially if you know yourself. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's all in communication, like, because everyone thinks cheating is different. I just think you have to talk with your partner and then just talk about what you think cheating is. So, like, I don't think Anna and I have the same thought on, like, what cheating is, but, like I said, if I were to start fantasizing being with another woman and, like, having feelings for that other woman and, like, fantasizing stuff, then I would, like, tell her, and then I would tell her, like, I basically cheated because, like, I'm thinking all of these things and, like, whatever. I mean, Anna would probably just look at me like, are you stupid? Like, she wouldn't say it like that, but she would just be like, yeah, okay. She's like, I'm not, like, okay, whatever. She would just be like, are you planning on doing anything? Or, like, I feel like that's how she would just react. Like, she would just ask the questions or whatever, but. Kissing is cheating all 7 days a week. Lips belong to your partner. Give that girl a handshake. I don't know. Like, but also I feel like, so I agree with you, but I disagree with you there because, I mean, your body is your body. I don't think it belongs to anyone. Like, that's my thought process on it. But also, so I say that, but I don't think it's cheating, but I would be very upset if my partner were to show their body parts to someone else. You know? Like, I don't think that's cheating, but I would just be very upset about it. Like, I have friends that are very promiscuous, and I've talked about this before on live stream, and they're all either in a relationship with someone or like, just flat out married, and I have seen all of them, I think, naked at some point or another. But none of them have seen me naked. Because I think, like, what I want to do is I want to make sure my partner feels special enough for me to only show them my body, you know? And so, like, I would hope that my partner is the same. Like, I want to feel special in knowing that, like, not the whole world has, like, seen your nooks and crannies. So, you know, like, it's different if they've been with like a whole bunch of people. Great, fine, whatever. Like, I don't even care. I don't care what your number is, you know, whatever. But it's the fact of, like, if you're in a relationship with me, I want to feel special. And, like, I want to, like, be the only one. Like, if we were to go hang out with friends, I want to be the one that, like, secretly knows that, like, I'm the only one here that's seen, like, you, you know, but, like, at the same time, I don't think it's cheating if they were to, like, get drunk and then, like, woo, like, flash everyone or something, you know, like, I get it. It's all in, like, certain contexts and, like, whatever, too. So, I don't know. If you picture someone else during kissing and more private stuff without your partner knowing, then that is already cheating. Well, that's what I'm saying. That's like my whole point. That's what I think is cheating. Especially if you're, like, doing things with your partner, but you think of someone else. Other than, okay, so I say that, but sometimes it's hard. Like, are you picturing someone else because you're, like, because you have a crush on, like, an actress, or, like, you have a crush on a famous person, or, like, if it's that type of scenario, I don't think it's cheating, because I'm like, we've all done it. I mean, come on. If you haven't done it, like, really? Like, okay. But, like, but if you're picturing someone that you know, then that's a whole nother thing. Now, if you know that famous person, like, if you talk to them and you know them, or, like, whatever, then that's different. Sorry, Cass, I'm dyslexic. It's okay. I mean, instead of doing the bury the gays trope, they did the marry the gays trope. Or did they do both? Sorry if any of that is spelled wrong. No, I think you have it spelled right. But I don't think they... Technically, I don't think they buried any gays. Unless you consider Alder being dead, but... Some people do, some people don't, I guess. Yes, there is a wedding instead of a funeral. Yeah. All I said was Nikta and Alder looked like an ex-flirting, teasing type. Also, Tally and Sarah are my ship, and I need to see Talder evolution in season 4. I know, me too. Did you guys talk about Anacostia? Oh my gosh, Gregorio should have died. So, like, especially there was a scene where Tally, she goes, "Where's Gregorio?" And I'm like, dead, hopefully. Like, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm so bad. But, like, I've said multiple times in that episode that I was hoping that Gregorio was gonna die. He's a great guy, first of all. Have no issues with the guy whatsoever. I just don't want him with Tally. I want Alder with Tally. So, like, I don't dislike the guy, but it's just funny because, like, I just don't want him with her. What did you think of the first song and their acting? Love that Tally. I don't really remember the actress's name, bad memory. I love how expressive she was. Yeah, Jess or Jessica or, like, whatever is her actual name, but yeah, she was very expressive. The thing that I'm disappointed about with the first song is because I was looking forward to them actually, like, getting into singing the whole, like, song. Like, they did sing the whole song, or, like, whatever, but, like, they didn't really focus in on the song. They were focusing on, like, what was happening with, like, from what the song did. And so there was other outside noises, like, the water, the ocean, and, like, the fucking beanstalk thing, or whatever the fuck that was, and, like, you know, like, all of these things happening, and we didn't really get to hear the song, because each individual piece of the song we heard, except for, Abigail's. Like, we heard each and every piece of the song at one point or another, and they were beautiful. And then I'm like, I was getting excited because I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for this song to actually happen. It's going to be so beautiful. And then first of all, it wasn't very long. And then second of all, like, there's just too much going on and you couldn't really even focus in on the song. So I was kind of bummed about it. Same about stripper friends showing boob jobs and parts so cringe, wrong in so many ways. I don't think it's wrong, but, like, I don't know, like, my thing is like, everybody, my mindset's, you do you. Whatever you want to do is up to you, but, like, whenever I'm in a relationship, I'm going to talk to my partner about like what I would prefer and like what I think and like things like that, right? Because it's the whole point of a relationship, and you communicate and like all of that, right? So like, again, if I was in a relationship, I would prefer them not to be promiscuous with like, you know, like if we're out and about and like other people were there or like whatever, you know, like because even though I don't think that's cheating and their body is their choice, I want to feel special in that relationship by like hopefully being the only one at a party that's seen like everything, or like that's been able to do things with my partner, and like no one else has been able to do things with my partner, and like, you know, like things like that. Now that's different if their ex was like at the party, or like, or if the ex was like in that scenario or whatever, then I get it. I was actually put in a situation where for some reason a bunch of my exes were there like as I was there with my partner, and so I'm like, oh, this is weird. And Anna's like, well, this is odd because like 80% of the people here have seen you naked. I was like, yeah. It wasn't a whole bunch of people, by the way. It was only like 3 or 4 people. We were like in like this group or whatever, and I was like, wait. I didn't even realize it at first, but like, it's just like, but they had a relationship with that person, and so like during that time, like I understand that like if they're gonna not show their body or whatever, like with that person, like they were with that person. But I think that's why I don't give a shit about people's numbers or whatever. Like if you've been with 200 people, that's fine, like whatever. I mean, like obviously I would want to like test like a clean test, but like for my own health. But like I don't give a shit about all that. Like, but I want to be special in that relationship. So that's where like my thing is. But like with my stripper friends, like if they're not even strippers. They just like to strip with their friends. But like I get it. Like if that's what they want to do, if that's like their thing, okay, like sure, whatever. It's just sometimes for me, because I'm not that way, it shocks me because literally I show up and then she comes, I like set the food down in the house, and then she goes, Cassidy, look, I got a boob job, and then she showed me her tits, and then I'm like, oh my god. I'm like, because at first I look because it's somebody says, hey, look, and then so you look, but then I'm like, oh yeah, those are very nice. I'm like, I don't know what to do. And then her husband like comes around the corner. I don't know, it's just weird, but that's just the way that they are. I was helping my mom put her bed frame together. What did I miss? I don't know. Quite a bit. So the rails. So I don't get your question. So the rail is back. Well, rail is back, yes, but also Rayella, like the ship name. They're back. Have any of you watched Killing Eve? I mean, yes. I watched it and read the books. But also flirting is an indication or a hint you want them a lot of the time, though, rather than for funny flirting. Yeah, I mean, like, it just depends on what kind of flirting it is. Like, I mean, like you said, if it's flirting because, like, you want to be with that person, but that, if you're flirting because you want to be with that person, then you've already thought about, like, you already have feelings for that person, you know? So then it comes back to having feelings. So that's where my mindset's at. But if it's flirting because I'm just like fucking flirting with like someone or whatever, then I don't, because sometimes I'm a naturally flirty person. Well, it depends. Like I said, it depends on the person. I say that I'm a naturally flirty person, but Anna's like, what? You hate everybody. But I don't know. It just depends on the person. But like, I don't know. Like I feel like I flirted. Like I feel like I feel like I flirted a lot with, I don't know how to say this without sounding kind of unprofessional, but in a way, I kind of semi-flirted with, like, a couple of clients that I had, but it wasn't even, like, flirting, like, I didn't have feelings for them, and, like, I feel like there's also a business flirting, you know what I mean? Because, and there's a fine line between business flirting and kissing ass. And so I'm very good at like building relationships with my clients, but like I'm very nice and I'm like, you know, like whatever. I don't know. I feel like there's business flirting too, so that's kind of funny. Yeah, I was like, Gregorio, bye since the last episode. Like, is fine, you're alive, now go away. Hear me out. I'm a multi shipper because I ship Tally with Alder and with Nicta. I don't know how to spell it. I'm sorry. That's how you spell it. But also, I ship Nicta with Alder. I don't know. It's like, like some ships, but some I dislike. No, I completely agree with you because I was in the same boat as you. My number one ship is Talder, but I love a Nictali ship, and but I also think that Alder and Nicta are would be super cute together too. But my biggest ship is Talder. I actually like Gregorio, but I do not like him and Tally together. This has nothing to do with Talder. This relationship is just far too rushed. Yeah, it is. It definitely is in season 3. I get that they kind of like planted the seed in season 2 or whatever, because I remember when they did that. But I know I was the same way. I think Gregorio is a great guy. I think he's even a great character. I just don't like him with Tally. Did someone other than me thought that Gregorio had a thing for Adil? I think I think it was like a bromance. Like that's how I took it. I don't think it was like a legit romantic thing or whatever, but I do think it was like a bromance. I wish I had another season. Yeah, me too. Oh, by the way, because I forgot to upload a video earlier, I'll upload another video when I get off of stream today. Because it was supposed to go out earlier and I forgot. Because my brain has been all funky since I haven't been feeling the greatest. Ooh, I don't even know if you heard that. My stomach was like making weird noises. I think it's good to go. Let me see. Watch it not be good to go. Hold on. I say that. Hurry up. Oh no, it's good to go. Okay. Sometimes with A League of Their Own, sometimes it's good to go, but then sometimes it's not, and I always kind of have to fix it. Where am I at? Okay, there I am. I'm actually wearing shorts today, guys, because I have bad hot flashes, but naturally I'm a very chilly person, so right now I'm cold, but are they home already? Oh no. There was someone on a bike. So my dogs are gonna freak out for a sec. Was anybody expecting that one Rayla scene in the first episode of season 1? Because let me tell you, I was like, oh, I will watch this new show, and then I loved it, and then that scene came on, and I was like, whoa, if you know what I mean. Yes, I do know what you mean. And that's why I when someone asked what my favorite Rayella moments were, I was like, any scene from season 1. Because they were like, those were the best Rayella scenes were from season 1. You know we deserve 2 lesbians or plus more. That's why I love League of Their Own. Everyone is a little gay in baseball. Yeah. I know. I really like it too. That's other than like the L Word. I want to say it's probably not the only show, but like it's one of the only shows that has multiple lesbian relationships in it. Question, should I go to my first Pride parade or not? Also no Pride clothes. I mean, you don't have to have Pride clothes. I've been to like maybe 2 Prides. I've been to 1 at least. I just can't remember. I've been to at least 2. Now that I'm thinking about it, I've been to at least 2. I think that was it. I I've only been to 2, maybe 3. But I think it's cool. I think you should go. I think you should go to a Pride. I think you should go and do like anything like that, because I think I'm a huge introvert, and so even for me that's a lot, but I think you should experience it at least once. Did you finish League of Their Own? No, I have 2 episodes left. I wanted to finish it by this stream, but I've been, like I said, I've been so sick lately, and so I've been only able to do like 1 episode a day, if even, really. So I have 2 episodes left. Thought finale was okay, left door open. Yeah, it definitely did leave a door. Well, they also left the helicopter door open. I said that at the end. I was like, are they just going to leave the helicopter door open like that? But, so it was funny that you said it in that way, but yeah. My favorite part in the finale was when Penelope killed her father. Yeah. I was like, I'm glad that had happened. I saw it coming, but like at the same time, like, I was not disappointed. Is it me, or is Warrior Nun way fruitier than expected? I wouldn't say way fruitier. I think there's like hints of like fruitness in there, but I wouldn't say it's super fruity. I love Warrior Nun though. But what do you think happened to Penelope? I think she's alive. Like I said, I think she's just gonna kick it with Isadora. Honestly, I think she's just gonna hang out with Isadora. I think she's completely alive. I don't think she's dead. Pride is good for the experience. Go and have fun. Yes, I agree. Alrighty, guys. I'm probably going to go ahead and jump off of here and pretty much get ready for bed because I'm completely wiped. And I don't want to push myself too hard when I don't feel 100% myself. But do you think Avatrice, whatever, will get closer in season 2? Yes, I do. I do think they will get closer. If they don't, I'm going to be very upset. But I do think that they will get closer. Let's see what's happening this week. I didn't even mention I was going to, so I'm going to do Pretty Little Liars. I'm going to finish League of Their Own. Motherland Fort Salem comes out tomorrow. And then League of Their Own, we're finishing. Oops. Hold on. Let me get back. And then I'm starting Pretty Little Liars. So, Pretty Little Liars, and then after Pretty Little Liars is going to be Dark, season 2. Lucy, you seriously came in, like, right as soon as I was going to finish the stream. Why do you do this to me? Thank you for the advice. Of course. Did you see the House of the Dragon on Sunday? No, I did not. I wanted to, but that's when I was, like, sick. And I was like, I don't want to watch it right now because I'm probably not going to enjoy it. Anna and I, we want to watch it together. So we have to, like, Anna and I have to coordinate our schedules. Like, when we can watch it together. Like, first of all, like I said, I haven't watched I've watched 1 episode since last week. 1. And, because I have been not feeling good and everything. So, yeah, I don't hardly ever watch TV. And then Anna really doesn't watch it. It's not her thing, really, to watch TV. She'll watch it sometimes, but... So we have to coordinate with each other our schedules on when we can watch it together. Well, have a good night. Get some rest. And Akashi dies? Yes, I know. I'm very upset about it. Good chat, guys. Again, feel better soon. Thank you. I'm sorry, I was watching a movie with my best friend and had a movie. Do you mean a movie? And had to wait for her to go to bed. Beatrice will struggle with her vows versus her love for Ava. Oh yeah, I'm sure. Is anyone watching C on Apple TV? Not me. But anyway, I will see you guys next Wednesday, same time. Hopefully I feel way better. Hopefully I get this damn medication from my doctor. But yeah, so